You're listening to SayconTalks with Sengbloh. I had to pull out this video from the Roots Holiday Jam. I told you guys in part 1 that Questlove was a producer on the off-Broadway production and on the Broadway production of Fela Broadway. And so there was so much going on. OK Africa, I believe, and OK Player was like the thing. It was like a blog and it was a thing. There were events and stuff. And so we were performing at BB King's, which is now closed. Man, BB King's was like this spot. It was owned by the blues singer BB King's. It was like a franchise club spot, and boy, you cannot tell us we were not the finest thing since sliced fufu. Since sliced bread. Boy, you cannot. I'm looking at this video and I laugh at myself. It's hard for me to watch. I'm like, look at me. Look, I just thought, boy, you could not tell me I was not fine. Okay. You could not tell me. I'm sipping on more burdock root tea because I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here, taking a trip back down memory lane as I think about my time with the Fela show. Welcome back. Thanks for listening to part 2 of SayconTalks and my wonderful memory of my time on the show, the Broadway show Fela. You hear that owl out there hooing? Some kind of bird out there making noise. I guess I'm up too late because I said I got to stay up and finish this episode. Although I don't know if that bird is gonna give me any peace. I met Prince. You hear this bird? Maybe I don't know if you believe in reincarnation. He's come by to visit with me. But my favorite artist of all times, Prince, he came to see the show. I used to dream about Prince performing and seeing me perform one day. You know, every little girl, little 80s and 90s baby grows up wishing she could see her hero. And he came to see the show. He stood in the balcony the whole show. And he loved it. He loved it. And how I met him was by chance. A lot of celebrities came through the show. Jill Scott, Oprah. I mean, they came and they would hold court with us, you know. Denzel. They came through. But I must say that when Prince came, he did not hold court. We didn't know where he went. Everybody just sort of dashed backstage because they were tired. And I don't know, for some reason, I went to the front. I believe I went to security. There was a guy, oh God, I'm forgetting his name. The guy, he always had his hair bleach blonde, the security guard. I went up there to tell him something because, you know, if you had guests coming, if you had a guest list, or if you had like a food delivery, anything, you just let security know. So I went up there to talk to security, and I go there and Prince was standing in the security booth. He was just standing there. And I was like, and he was like, hello. And I was like, and he was like, I think he said something like, great show or something like that. And I was like, and then I just ran. I ran back. There was like this thing. I swiveled around the hall and I ran down the hall real quick. And I was like, Sa was still coming down the hall. He would be the last one. He would be like the last one to, to come. And I was like, Sa, come here. He was like, what? He'd be like, oi. So So Sai comes and I'm like, just come here. I didn't even have enough time to explain. And he came around the corner and there was Prince, like a deer. He had these big eyes, big pretty eyes like a deer. He was standing there like, and Sai dapped Prince up. They gave each other like that, what's good, what's up, you know, that dap that brothers do. And he told him and he told me that it was a great show. I can't remember what all he said, but I remember a woman that was with him. She had a real short buzz cut, I can't remember if it was platinum buzz cut, like her hair was maybe 2 millimeters long. And she had these long eyelashes and nails, very glamorous lady, very tall lady. She kind of popped into the door. I guess security, who I was looking for, was out making sure that his security was there to catch him. And the lady they were all making sure that he was straight before they went to go get in the car. And so Sai and I were like, yo, we just met Prince. Like, that's how we met Prince. My other, I very rarely use the word idol, but the other person that I met who I love is Miss Janet Jackson. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. And, Janet, she also held court on stage. She watched the first act and then she left at intermission. And we were like, oh my God, Janet Jackson left. Because, there were these seats. There was this row of seats in this partition area at the theater where the celebrities would always be. I remember when Usher was there in that area. It was just this row. And so it was like celebrity row. Okay. And so when Janet wasn't there, we were like, and I was just like, oh my gosh, she didn't like the show, whatever. I didn't know what happened. Do you know she came back after the show was over and she's like, you guys, I'm so sorry. I had to leave. I had a really important phone call. I had to get on this call and I just wanted to come back and tell you guys how great you are. That's my Janet impression. Janet held court with us on stage. She took pictures with everybody. And let me tell you, I still got my Janet picture. Honey, I still have my Janet picture and I throw it up online every once in a while just to remind people. Now, if I can meet Sade, I don't know. I got to meet Sade. Maybe I'll meet her in the UK. I don't know how it's going to happen. But if I can meet Sade, then I'll be good as far as needing to meet my legends. As far as my legends go. Everybody else, I'm good. If I could just meet Sade, I would be really good. But I believe Madonna came through and invited us to some spot downtown somewhere. Y'all, it all just kind of runs together. It all just kind of runs together. That was a really wild time. And it's interesting because to this day, I still meet people who I knew from that time. I knew their faces, but there were so many people, when you're running with a big group of people, this person is somebody's cousin. This person is somebody's man. This person is somebody's hairstylist. This person, there was always people associated with associates of associates. So you see them and they be like, Saycon. And I'm like, and you kind of, you don't know, you're not sure, but over the years, people always hit me in my inbox. They DM me, they hit me on the messenger, whatever. They hit me up and let me know that they're excited about the other things that I'm doing. A lot of our castmates have gone on to do some really cool things. Couple of castmates had a baby together. That was Valerie, Jill Valerie, and Adeshila Osakalumi. I always butcher his name. They had a baby together. Okay, she was the dance captain and he was one of our Felas, and he was also in the ensemble. Brilliant dancer and actor. He's been in several Broadway shows as well. Jill is a choreographer and a dancer. I mean, just a really, really strong cast. Everybody people went on to do other shows, other things, have families, start businesses. Rejeko, who is I just always found her so elegant and so quiet and gentle. She is running like these dance programs out in the Midwest, and everybody's have their own fitness programs, and excitingly, Shakira Marshall, aka Kira Divine, she was a dancer, swing. Sometimes she would do these choreography workshops and dance classes. I would go to her class every once in a while. She is now a pop star. She's a part of this group called PINKDAWN, and she does all these huge pop songs with this paint all over. And like I gotta have her on my show. If I can have her on my show, I'm gonna ask her. If y'all see the interview, y'all will know that I followed up and it worked. Iris Wilson, Nicole DeWeaver, Shannon. I don't want to like get into trying to name everybody and then forget people. Oh, I'll feel so bad. I mean, gosh, I almost want to just go through and just name everybody. Abena Kumson. I mean, everybody's just working in their own field, in their own light, doing their own thing. And I would love to maybe do some type of reunion with the ladies. Maybe we do a Zoom thing, and I would love to do something like that. The ladies and the gentlemen, if I could get everybody. I don't know. I wonder how big of a Zoom we could get together. But that would just melt my heart. My heart was really officially melted when I saw the footage from the Don't Rush Challenge, and we remixed. I mean, Saycon, he and his music partner, is new, it's fresh, and it made me cry. I was so happy to see all these women in their glory, in their new future form, with their children, with their mates, however they put it together. It was just really beautiful to see. I am going to just take a time to read the opening night cast list. This episode of SayconTalks is dedicated to you all. Kevin Mambo, Saycon, Saycon Sengbloh, Lilius White, Ann Beyondre, Corey Baker, Hetty Barnhill, Lauren DeVoe, Nicole, Chantal DeWeaver, Rejeko Dumbuchena, Rasan Elijah, Talu Green, Shanika Harrell, Ishmael Kuyate, Jalan Lambert, Shakira Marshall, Afi McClendon, Maya McKinney, Adeshula Asokalumi, Jeffrey Page, Danielle Soto, Jill M. Valerie, Iris Wilson, Emme Graham Wodobode, Catherine Foster, Kat, Abena Kumson, Farai Malianga, and J.L. Williams. This episode was just off the dome, and I have so many special memories. I mean, I made music. I made music videos and just all sorts of things that inspired me during those times, and had really wonderful relationships. And I just want to read everyone's name. That's just the cast. We didn't even get into the creative team with Bill T. Jones. And I have so many fond memories, and I just don't want to leave anyone out. If you've listened this far on this episode, I want to thank you for listening and for going down memory lane with me. I'm Saycon Sengbloh, and you are listening to SayconTalks. Follow Saycon Sengbloh on Instagram. Follow Vintage Pop Soul on Instagram. And follow SayconTalks on Instagram. I must say, you guys, this music is from the original Broadway cast. This is not the real Fela. This is Saycon and myself, Saycon Sengbloh, and the ensemble of Fela Broadway singing. I know the Fela purists, they gave us hell sometimes. Oh, this is not Fela. Oh, this is not, they gave it to us. Okay. But for those who were just ready and willing and down and open and wanting to remember their times, their times in Nigeria, it was wonderful to see the looks on the faces in the audience, the people who they were just having flashbacks. I think that's the power of music, is you hear something that moved you in your youth. God, I mean, I'm sitting here during this quarantine, and I try to be springish, but I'm not the springiest of chickens. So I'm having my own memories and flashbacks and thoughts about, times, shows that I've done, experiences I've had, places I've gone, and places I want to go when we're able to go out again. And yeah, this is just a really, really fond memory. I must say that the band that was in the show, the Broadway show, as well as the tour, because I eventually joined the tour just for like a couple of weeks. The young lady who played Sandra on the tour, Paulette Ivory, she went to get married, and so I went to go fill in for her. And that was ironic because so I originated the role of Sandra, and then she played it. She originated the Broadway tour of Aida, and I was her standby back in the day. So I went and did the tour for a little while, and we did that in LA. Had a great time in LA, as much as I could. I was trying to take care of myself. My voice was so tired during this time that I was doing this show. I was trying to stay hydrated, but I mean, it doesn't compare to some of the strenuous vocals that I've had in other shows. But this particular show, I think it's because it was just, I tried to do my best never to call out. I very rarely called out on this show. And so there was a lot of pressure, to be on and to be in good shape for the show. And I mean, there's so many different parts of it that I could talk about, and I don't want to ramble on and on, but going out on the tour, being on Broadway, in various different, we did like these promo events sometimes. I believe before we went to Africa, we did this promo event for the Nigerian reunion where I met a little known comedian named Yvonne Orji, who is now known for her hit role on the show Insecure on HBO, starring Issa Rae. There were just so many different little circumstances. When you do a show, of course, it's never just the show. There's promo events, there's rehearsals, there's after parties. I mean, there's just, man, there's so much that comes along with being a part of a show. And so you could just come in contact with some really amazing people and amazing situations. We had the chance, Sa and I, we had the chance to fly our mentor, Freddie Hendrix, up to see the show. Sa brought him on stage. It was a very, very proud moment for us because we felt like he really helped us to begin our careers as entertainers. And that was just a really special moment. My dance teacher, Dawn Axum, I remember when she came. And let me tell you, honey, our producer, Edward Naim, this man, he was such a wonderful, shout out to Edward. I have to make sure I absolutely have to make sure I send this episode to him. I don't even know if he knows that I have a podcast, but Edward was having these dinners with the cast. He would invite people. I met Kelly Nascimento, who is the daughter of Pele, the soccer player, whose birthday I share. He would bring, he just had all these wonderful international people. Mark, the doctor, who was always around. There were just certain people who were just always around, okay? And I had to try to, we were dancing it off, but I was trying not to gain weight because we would get invited to these dinners every night. And in what world would I just be eating full course meals at 11 o'clock at night every night? It was, there was a restaurant next door called Serafina that we would go to. We also had, playing the role of Fela, we had Dwayne Richmond, and who also I knew from my YEA days. And then we also had Adeshula Osakalumi, who both carried the national tour of Fela. They played the role of Fela. And Sagalja, he actually also did the show over in the UK. And they, oh gosh, I'm just remembering, they screened this production it was at the National Theatre in the UK, and they screened it in movie theaters. So we were able to go to the movie theater and watch it, and it was wonderful. Oh gosh, and then there was a documentary. There was a documentary about the production and about Fela Kuti and about the show. It was called Finding Fela. And that was so cool to see in theaters and see all these clips, because there was a lot of footage. You know, when you're doing these types of things nowadays, there's always somebody walking around with the camera somewhere capturing something, and you never know where you're going to actually see these things that you're, I didn't think we were going to be a part of any type of reality show. Also, at the time, let me tell y'all, I think this was before Instagram. Facebook was certainly popping, of course, as it always will be, I believe. And YouTube was doing its thing. And I use the word popping loosely because I know here in the States, everybody's, a lot of the younger generation have moved on from Facebook. But internationally, Facebook still holds a really strong hold. But at the time, the press department, this is when social media was really taking off. And so they had given us these little cameras, these little pop cams. Like, you pop the little USB, and you could, after you've been filming all day, filming a bunch of random stuff, you plug it into your computer and upload. And so they gave us these little cameras, and I was always constantly capturing stuff. Whenever I watch the videos of the behind the scenes, I can always tell the stuff that I captured. And I do toot my own horn because of my own journalistic skills. I knew how to catch girls when the girls were being cute, boys when the boys were being hot and sexy, and just, I always had this feel for like memories and things that I think would look good. Famously, we were on the Jimmy Fallon show, and we got to do a little medley of songs, and I had my red head wrap and my books, and Sa was with me, and I was just so proud. I love that clip. What I'm gonna do is, I have been putting together all of these videos in a little in a playlist on my YouTube channel, SayconTalks. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will inbox you the link to the playlist with all of my favorite and the best Fela clips that I think really give you a good sense of what the show was about. Again, this is a quiet request. I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel and send me a screenshot or an image showing that you have subscribed to SayconTalks and that you've clicked the notification bell. I want you to snapshot that, tag it, and post me in your stories. Tag me at Sengbloh in your stories, or inbox me the picture to show me that you subscribe, and I will send you I'll send you an unlisted video that I may have. I have some little behind the scenes, honey, that's not online, that's not made public. So, do me that solid, and I'll get something good to you. I know a lot of you didn't see the show. Some of you saw the show, some of you didn't. I know when the tour went to Atlanta, I wasn't in the tour at that time. And Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child was playing Sandra Isidore at that time. And my family got to go out and see the show. And so I'm sure my brother and my mom were being like, that's the part Auntie Saycon played. I don't know what show I was doing at the time. I was doing something else. But I always have these really bittersweet, tender memories when I can't be around my Fela people. More recently, I was shooting the show in the dark. I was in Toronto, and it was when they first, Felabration happens in October. It's when Fela was born. It's when I was born. It's a great time of year, and they had this big 10-year anniversary party, and I couldn't go to the party. I was in Toronto, and I was supposed to be filming. They ended up not even really using me that day. And I remember one of my castmates, he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, I just kind of wanted to go to this party. And he was like, well, you got a gig. But let me tell you, every gig does not compare. Every gig does not compare. And I'm thankful for every opportunity I've had. But this role, playing Sandra Isidore in the Broadway cast of Fela, was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And it's something that I will never forget. Did you subscribe to SayconTalks on YouTube? Friday nights chill at 9 p.m. live with Saycon on SayconTalks YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. We had a wonderful time on opening night, and it was so exciting. So many people were there. There was a buzz and there was an electricity in the air. And so here's a little bit of what that was like.
Opening on Broadway, and we get to share our work with the world.
All the worrying is done, and now the performers are just going to perform the show.
I have high hopes for this adventure.
It's like a different road for Broadway. I think it kind of points the direction of the future.
This is the beginning of the African Renaissance, and this show really represents so much about why we should all pay attention to Africa.
I've never seen a Broadway play as loud as Fela, as moving as Fela. I want every child, every musician to see this. They're going to get inspiration.
I think it's just as fascinating as Bob Marley. To say I feel the same emotion. Go check it out.
Tonight, I'm practicing a discipline which is relish in what is positive.
We've brought something that Broadway has never seen.
Everybody gave their all. It was a wonderful experience.
It felt natural, and it felt like this is a real revolution on Broadway.
I feel like we have joined a legacy of really, really great performers.
For all my people, it just feels great to honor African music with such a powerful show.
Fela has been a huge influence for all of us for a long time.
So many people are here tonight that spend time with Fela, who know Fela.
It was emotional, overwhelming. It brought Fela back to life.
I couldn't stop crying. What can I say? It's a life's work.
This show is real. This show is political. It's passionate. It has everything.
And where else do you go to the theater where you get up and they tell you to do this?
It was fantastic. It was a great show. Energy.
Everyone's asking me to get them tickets. Like, I don't know. I can't get everybody in.
You need to come and experience Fela on Broadway. You will never be the same.
Everybody say, yeah. Say, yeah.
Yeah.
You're listening to SayconTalks with Sengbloh.
Honeywax.